Hey guys, today I'm going to be reviewing the Leatherman's Wave. It's a great product. It's a multi-tool which has many different functions. This is it. So it's really quite compact. This is it in my hand for comparison. It's a really small, elegant design. It has a comfortable grip. You can grip the whole thing and most of it stays in your hand. There is a bit at the end. It's kind of like just like the handle of a standard kitchen knife or so. Just the handle though. It has many more features than that. So, let's start with the blades, the coolest part of this Leatherman. It has its standard, knife blade, which is sharp. You can use this for carving wood, for engraving anything. You can use it for anything really. And so it has a lock mechanism. You press down on the lock button. When you press that down, you can lift it up. So you press the lock button down. That locks it in place. So I can't, no matter how much I push on this, I can't push it down and it cut my fingers or anything. So you can comfortably hold it in there, in your hand like that. And then you press the lock button, and then you just slide the blade, and you just slide that back. You can also open it pretty quickly with that notch. I'm not really trained to do that yet, but you should just be able to flick it open. Well, with enough time and practice, you just flick it open with just one hand like that. Yeah, that was one blade. There's another blade here. It's a saw blade actually, and this is really useful. You can cut through 2x4 wood in like a minute or so with this thing. It's really useful for cutting wood. It's great. Also, it has the same locking mechanism right there, and then you just fold it over. On the other side there is same side. On the other side there is the a serrated knife, similar to the first knife. It's got serration, so you could cut. I suppose you could cut bread with this, but anything you need a serrated knife for. Also has a file edge. There's the diamond edge. It's really fine file, perfect for just finishing off, smoothing over things. The edges, the file actually goes right to the edge of the thing. It's not imprinted. There's also on the other side there's a metal file, which is I use a bunch working with aluminium and for my exoskeleton. And there's also, even on the edge, there's the file continues and goes onto this edge. But then there's the flat edge, which would, it's flat there. Yes, it's flat there because it would be extruding, and yes, it's flat there because it would be extruding when you close the file, and so there's no file things. I can run my finger across there and not be filing away at it. And that's just the standard. Those are the four blades that come with the Leatherman Wave. Also, you can just take the Leatherman Wave and you could just pull it apart and it just unfolds, and you close it and you've got pliers. They just work great. It's not just it's needle nose pliers. It's also got the hole in there, so when you want to clamp onto rather big nuts and bolts, whatever works. There's also a wire stripper in here. There's also a wire stripper there, and you can just close that and then just just pull and slide the wire out. Yeah, there is. You can also cut wires with that if you close hard enough. So in the handle you have a bunch more accessories, both sides of the handle. So let's count the. Yeah, let's see what they are. So here we can just pull there's a notch there which you can just slide, when it's inside, just slide your finger in, your nail, and you can just pull that out. And here we have spring-loaded scissors, which is rather impressive. Normally you'd have to go up and down and stuff. How it works is there's a little metal piece which just bends and cuts, and they are really useful when you want to just cut small pieces of scissors and cut the cable ties. You don't want to risk damaging the wires. And then to put them back, so it's in its locked position, you can't move it, and to put it back you press this button here which releases a latch, and then you can just slide them back down. Although you want to store the scissors like so, and you just use this tab, you can just push it down and push that down. Okay, now on the next one, it actually is easier to take out the first one, the scissors, and then take out this. There's this cool feature with the Leatherman Wave, which not very many people know about. But what it is you're able to attach there's a lanyard loop, which is basically just a thing for a piece of string which you can tie to it, and you can make a loop, a wristband for it, and you can just have it attached to your wrist, or you could have that loop and then hanging off of your belt, or however you like it. And to access this lanyard, you have to pop open the saw blade, like so, get that out of the way, and then inside there, if I can get the camera in and the light in, you might be able to see that there's a little, right in the centre of the screen, there's a little loop for a lanyard, but you're not going to be able to fit anything in there. So the way you get it out is if you take something like a screwdriver, like this one here, you can just slide it in there exactly perpendicular and just slide it across, like so. Okay, not exactly perpendicular, and ta-da! You have the loop to come out, and you can thread anything that you want through it, like a small piece of string, and then you can just If it's small enough, I suppose you could put the lanyard loop back down. I don't have an example of that, but you can then tie it and you can just go like that. And you can also close the knife back and it still work. You can have the loop like so. Not many people know about this feature, but it's a cool feature. Yeah, you'll find out. You would find out about this thing on the website and things like that. So, in order to put it back in, you just have to press this button, and you can just slide it back in, just like so, and it just goes flush. This tool is really useful. Obviously, this isn't brand new and out of the box, but I've used this a bunch of times for everything, from cutting wood to sharpening pencils to cutting wires, tightening bolts, absolutely everything. Because all you need is right here. I mean, some of the things like, say, the ruler. Some of the things, say the ruler, you could just get a standard ruler. It's not exactly the easiest to use. There's some faults with it and things like that, but it's still a great tool. I highly recommend this to everyone. Unfortunately, the price, it can be a bit expensive, but if you're willing to save up for it, then it's a great tool to have. I think they sell the Leatherman Wave on their website for around £99 or £100, and but you can. I've got mine off of Amazon for around £80. This was a present to me actually a while back, and it has to be one of my most favourite tools to use, because it's not just one tool, it's everything, all the tools that I need, and it's so portable and useful. I can just pop this in my pocket and we're off. It also came with a holder, a leather pouch for you to put the actual Leathermans in, and it buttoned up, and you had a loop in it, so you could attach that to a belt, and you could just flip off the belt, and you could just slide out the Leathermans from your belt. But it's a great tool. I highly recommend it to anyone who's just starting or has been at making things for years now. Once you have a Leatherman's, you can never go back to not having one. It'll be really difficult. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe.